Hey guys, today we are taking on the first level of Sigma's Palace. This level has one of the most overlooked songs in the whole game. And I mean, I didn't even realize how much I liked it until it got stuck in my head one day, but it sets the tone for this level really well, and it's one of the moodiest sort of songs on the Super Nintendo in that it captures the mood of this level. Splitting up is always a good idea, which is why we're doing it. I kind of abused the Storm Tornado in this level, so be warned if you have some kind of deep-seated prejudice against the wind. This area is normally one of the hardest for me because if you rush through this part, it can be really hard. But if you just take your time, especially if you use a homing torpedo like I am here, it's really a simple little climb. If you try to rush through it, it's not so much the platform that'll get you, because the platform is really pretty straightforward. It's more those annoying purple enemies that'll knock you off the platform and then you're done. So, now that we're actually in Sigma's Palace, we can keep going. Once again, all this is made so much easier through the use of the Storm Tornado. A lot of people don't like using the weapons outside of boss fights, but that's just silly. Hey now, we can take him on. We're strong, independent women. We don't need a man well, I don't know. Zero looks girlier than X. I don't know. Well, that sounds like that went well. So we go check out Zero's triumphant victory, and it turns out that he was beaten by the same thing he blew the arm off of earlier. And now Viola's resorting to little passive-aggressive threats. That's nice. What exactly does he want X to do, anyway? That remains a mystery, and a disturbing one at that. He also notes that we're using ancient weapons, even though I'm pretty sure most of our weapons are the weapons his friends were using. But anyway, this first part of the fight goes about as well as it did the first time X fought Vile. Namely, you really just kind of let yourself get beat up. Not much more to it than that. You can't free Zero. And we finally get trapped. And Vile, just to make sure everybody's positioned well, moves us to the other side of the room, walks back. That's just kind of silly. I remember this was so badass when I was a kid. And with that, Zero runs away. And now we finally get to fight Vile, admittedly with not much energy. Damn it, Boba Fett. Tired of you. We're gonna play Sarlacc Monster now. It'd be nice if we could do that move whenever, but unfortunately that's not how the cards roll. Not the cards roll, anyway. I don't know, I'm mixing up metaphors. Blah blah blah, get to the fight now. Terminated! The proper robot slang for wiping out the other. Anyway, this is kind of a poor demonstration on my part, because I spend most of the time trying to get Vile to do a move that I thought he did in this game, but he doesn't do until he makes a reappearance later on. But he's really straightforward. He can either trap you with that, which you can break out of, or he jumps around and uses those little fireballs, which are easy if you just jump over them. Other than that, his weakness is rolling shield, so a few hits from that, and he is history. So let's go check up on Zero. Zero's bleeding. This is a shame. Uh-oh. Ellipses. That means he's dying. Well, thanks. Maybe. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence there. That's exactly what you say to your friend as you die. Maybe you cannot get murdered. Well, see ya. Now here we have the Boomer Kuwanger bit again. And just like last time, easier just to rush through it. Instantly, if you dash the whole time and don't worry about those Sniper Joe guys, you can get through it without getting scratched. And here once again, we are going to call upon the services of the homing torpedo once I wise up to do that. There we go. This is really the easiest way to handle this passage. Just take it slowly and homing torpedo your way up to the top. Not much else to say about it. Unfortunately, if you get hit by these guys and get knocked down, then they'll respawn. So you kind of got to keep moving up pretty steadily. And similarly to Mega Man 1, we fight all the Mavericks again in a predetermined order. And we start with Boomer who hasn't changed at all. Here I try to show off the charged up homing torpedo on him, but it doesn't really do any more damage than the normal one. And even though there are like 4 things that you shoot out at once, only one can actually do damage to him since he's still invincible when the others hit him, so it really doesn't do you much good. But I guess he's torn to pieces over all this. That was kind of lame. I apologize. This is a part that, if you ever play this, you should not spend this much time on. Or, I assume you probably have. I hope you have. If not, stop wasting time. I think when I was going through this, I was trying to refill my health. And at some point, I just say, screw it. So, in the meantime, you get to watch me fight Mets. This is fun. So, after a hearty dose of screw it, we move on. And fight the Bow Spider, or Boss Spider, depending on how you want to read it. Boss Spider is just lame enough of a pun to work for this game. His weakness is shotgun ice, and really, he's just a fancy pachinko machine that shoots down baby spiders, thus fueling the nightmares of all 5-year-olds who play this. It's really as simple as kind of reading where he's going to land and moving accordingly. Although you also have to watch out because, like, here for example, I knew he was going to end up on the second column, but of course his body's pretty wide. He needs to lose some weight before he fights this next time. Make it a bit easier on us to kill him. Other than that, you know, it's really just a matter of reflex, this fight. And being able to read it and practice and all that fun stuff. But fortunately, even though this is probably, I would say, the hardest boss of the game in that strategy doesn't really help. Sorry, I heard a weird sound. Strategy doesn't help, but, you know, if you get your reflexes tuned to it, it's not too bad. So with that, we have beaten the first level of Sigma's Palace. But before we call it a video, I'm going to show you an alternate way to beat the boss spider that's a bit easier. Just a little bit easier. And that's all there is to it. So anyway, next time we'll take on the next level of Sigma's Palace, and see y'all then.